Hi, welcome back to Oakley Hour. Today we are continuing Sylvia Garden. We finished a table and a bench yesterday and a few bits and pieces that we'll be using in the build later. Both the bench and the table aren't used for quite some time. Anyway, today we are starting off by making 10 flower pots, which sounds horrendous, but it's not too bad. So let's get started. So I would advise that on the bottom of most of these, if not all, they have a number. I would advise putting that number downwards so that you can see which one they're talking about using, because we don't use them all straight away at a time. So all I'm going to do initially is put all the wood together, and then I will come back and do all the stickers, because that's all it is most of these are 2-3 pieces of wood. Some of them have a bit more, but same sort of principle. And just glue away to your heart's content. I'm not sure why I put it in the middle of the bottom one, but you know, that's what I did. Just make sure it's all lined up as best you can. So with this one, it's got the base is a little bit smaller, like so. And then I'm just going to put that roughly central. It's not too far off. And put that to one side to dry, along with the sticker that goes with it. And I have 10 of those to do, so there's number 2. And I've just put it all in a pile to go one after another, and hopefully act, wow, that was a good start, act like a conveyor belt on here. Wow, this one doesn't want to be made up, and again that number 2 is slightly different size, it's smaller. Don't need a ton of glue, just need some, and get it lined up best you can. Put that aside with its sticker, and I'll come and do the stickers afterwards when it's had a moment to dry. I mean, probably could do it at the same time in reality. And this one is just 2 pieces, and making sure the number's at the bottom. I'm going to go like this, and again making sure it's lined up as much as possible in the middle. So they all seem to be slightly have a smaller bottom to them than the other way. So these don't take long to do. It sounded horrendous, didn't it? I'll agree with you. So I'm gonna use matched up. All we have to do is go back and do the papers around it, the stickers, and they should all be stickers, I think. Pretty sure they are. And in reality, if it's not totally lined up, it's not gonna kill either. And I've got a wet patch of glue here. I don't want anything sitting in, really. Number 5 already. I got a few plants out because after we've done this and we got all those stickers on, we are going to be doing a frame, which, oh, this one totally lines up, which well, when I've got it on properly anyway, a frame that will hold some of these. It only holds 4, and 2 of those you're making is separate to this, believe it or not. I mean, it is a garden, we expect plants, right? Next, I want the number on the bottom so I know which one's which, because there are certain ones you are going to use in certain places. I'm going to run out of room, have to go along the top in a minute. Oh, this one's got lots of pieces. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue on several of them. A sticker, you can go up there out the way. This is number 7 already. And wood glue only takes about 20 minutes to dry, but it normally, well, it normally starts to stick before then. No. It's going to be a long vase. Vase. I've always said vase. My grandmother taught me it was vase, but you just don't know now. It could be vase. I wonder if it's a regional thing. I should look it up. I think my sister looked it up one day and it kind of was. It's more regional. Whether you call it a vase or a vase. And then obviously all of these will eventually have some sort of green decor, but we're not doing that much for this stage at all. And this one's going to all line up all the way up and down. Get my sticker out of the way. Well, almost done. So maybe it's not 10, maybe it's 8, 9 even. Yeah, it's 9. I exaggerated. And then again, just get it all lined up. And put that to one side. And number 9. It's a very big pot. We can do that, and then we bring out our box of tricks. And then we come back to doing these stickers not long. We'll do some of the stuff on here first, and then we'll come back to it. Alright. Get my mat clean, it's got glue on there and it's going to stick everything. Alright, so first things first, before I start doing some of these plants, I'm actually going to put the, I guess I'll stick these beads together, what they need to go, and then I'll make the frame. So, let me just turn the page, that would help. So you got one bead with a gold, there it is, a gold top, and you have another one where you're putting 2 beads on top of each other. Just making sure that they are the same ones, they are. And that they have the same size top and bottom, they do too. In the picture it looks like it's a lot wider on the top. So I'm going to get 2 ready to rock and roll. I've just used B7000 for that. Good that you can see what I did there. Move the camera down a bit. Okay, so we have 3 here. Right, this one's just going to have this put on top. I mean, literally in the photo it looks like it sits on the bead, you know, that it's wider at the top. And these 2 join together, and those I'm going to just pop over here to wait. Oi! Wants to go on to everything else. I've got a whole pile, like a little conveyor belt of stuff sitting here. Right, let's get this put together. So first things first, we need the moss to put on here, but I reckon it can be done afterwards. I think I'm going to do it afterwards. Alright, so let's see. We are going to need the difference between sides. Yep, looks the same. Looks the same. We will start with the 2 shelves going in. So one's here and one's here on one side. And our shelves are different colours, but that's about it. And this towards the flat edge, so you want it pointing outwards like so. Make sure that's all the way down as far as I can go, and in, which it is not. There we go. And this one is symmetrical by the looks of it, either side of the notch. Just make sure that goes all the way in. And then very simply we will put the backing on, which we are going to, like I say, put some brass with. It goes on the inside, so I'm going to put wood glue all the way down this side here. She's such a noisy eater, my puppy. Don't think that's something you can teach a dog. Humans, yeah, but not dogs. Put it on its side to make sure that it is all the way in. Doesn't look it. There we go. Right, that's doing its thing. Probably could have put some glue on these as well, but I think it would be, maybe I'll do it on this side. So I think it probably is a bit overboard. And then again with this one, just make sure it's pointing the right way. Got here, here. It's going to go on the top. No, it's going to go on the side. And run down the bottom here and join these up, and that can be a sitting there getting ready to. It's probably going to be time to start putting these pots together. And then when this is dry, what you do is you put some of that moss on the bottom of it. You don't. You don't. Yeah, I'm talking rubbish. You put it on the back of it. Almost in. There we go. You put it on the back of it to make it look more grassy, and I want to do that before I put any flower pots on it. And this is going to hold 4 flower pots, 2 of the original ones we were doing, and then 2 of these bead ones. So I'm going to give that a moment, and then to all dry, and then we'll start getting some of these flowers in, get this moss on, and then we should be ready to rock and roll. Alright, that's not dry, but it's had a moment, but I think it's good enough that we will put a little bit of this moss on. It doesn't really say how much or anything, just that you want some on the I mean, it says on the back of it, but I reckon back and front would be good. I mean, it's just a little bit. So I'm just going to dabble a little bit of this. It's stringy anyway, so it's going to spread as such. And then pop some on the front and the back. Going to be putting some butterflies on this too, so I think it's going to look really pretty. And this is probably something else we won't use forever. This is also the way quite often these builds go. I mean, there are other ways. I could put the walls together and then start making the stuff that goes inside the walls. That's logical in many ways. I've kind of seen it both ways, so we just want some of this. This is the same stuff as what we used to, got loads of glue on me still, what we used inside that pillow. Right, let's get some of this. It kind of does come out quite stringy, as we can see. I don't know how much you could see of that actually. Oh, got some sort of, oh, we got the fabric in here. Nice. Let's get rid of that. And you don't want too much, but you want it to be enough that you can see it, I'm thinking. So maybe something like that. Get rid of that bit. Wait, off. Let's get the scissors. Then we put some on the other side, just again a little bit. Tweezers have stuck to it all. And this will, well, it's very one-sided, isn't it? Wow. Okay. Alright, give me a second, we're getting all gluey everywhere. Right, get the tweezers out of the way. I won't use the tweezers for this. Use scissors seems to be a better idea. And hands. So I'm going to wash my hands, then we get on with these stickers, so that's done. And just put a little bit on the front here. Not overly going to see it, but I don't know how much you'll see and how much you won't, so you'll be able to judge for yourself when you've watched this and be like, is it worth putting it on the inside? It doesn't say to do it one way or another, really. It just says put it on. Put that in there. Put this in here. Probably should have had that big chunk on the top bit, because I reckon the top bit you're more likely to see. Okay, let go of me. Oh, that's a lot in the middle, isn't it? They have a problem with moss in their garden. Right, I'm going to put this to one side. I know we're going to need it again. I'm going to get my tweezers cleaned up, and then we'll put these stickers on. Right, grab my tray of little bits as well, because I'm going to need this. So I'm going to take off this. This was for the books that we made. They are not great. But they are kind of separated. Put these to one side. So I forgot all about these. But they have sat long enough for sure. Sat hours. And again, not perfect, but not bad. Hey, got little pictures. And see what's inside. This one worked out better than the other one. Just got to remember when I come to put the books on which one I prefer to do. Okay, so we will be needing this one over here. Just keep them away from each other. And that one. But in the meantime, we will also be needing number one, this one, for this little bookshelf. So we'll get that sticker on. And it does have slightly less at the bottom, so I'm guessing that goes underneath. Hopefully this sticker will go on better than the other one. And I guess just press it down. Something like that. Did give my tweezers. All I do to clean my tweezers is use the blade on the ends, on the tips. I have a whole set of tweezers, but I think you end up certain types you use more than others. Right, and we are going to need number one, so it doesn't have to go to the drying area. It's always worrying when I have a ring over. I don't know what it was from. I'm sure we will come across it. And this one's number two. So same principle. Let's get that out of the way. Oh, this one does not have a bit covering the bottom. I'm assuming it has the pattern towards the top. Well, the other one had a pattern towards the bottom, so I guess we'll do that. Just roll it around. We'll be needing the number two. Oh, it does go in a bit. It's just not a sticker like the other one where it was slightly indented. So just go around, and does not have to be perfect. You're not gonna see much of this. Okay, we will be needing all of these in a moment. Then we're going to use this one. This one comes with two. That's not going to be the one. Or maybe the other sticker's something else. This one has a perforated bottom to it. So get this one on. Right, I'm going to get and do the rest of the stickers. I think you get the principle. You don't need to watch me put on stickers, I'm sure. I will get that done. Alright, so I put all my stickers on the wrong way. So the pink on 1 and 2 goes at the top here and it goes around like causing a rim. It says nothing on the bottom. Then on some of the stickers, not all of them, you will find a tiny strip as well, which is what needs to go at the bottom here. So it looks like that. So it's kind of like the pink here at the top here, and it's actually pre-cut to go on there, so the fact I was putting that on the bottom is just I didn't follow instructions really. It did tell you what to do. I was skimping ahead, and this, no idea, no clue what I've got an extra one of those for. Alright, so let's start decorating these up. Alright, so first one we're going to do is this one, which is now considered pot number 10. And this has, let me get it out, let's get all this stuff out. This has this one, which you are going to basically roll up, like so. Easiest around your tweezers. Oh, where's the let go? I'm not getting it straight at all. I'm trying to look at the camera to make sure I keep these things on point, which is easier said than done. And you want them to be quite tight at the bottom here because the bottom has to go in that tiny little hole of the pot. So get a little bit of glue. It's not the best glue for the job, but it's one I have right to hand. And then I'm going to squish it all together at the bottom, otherwise it's never going to fit in there. My son came yesterday and did some of the lawn, but didn't do it all, so I'm going to have a look at that, I think. Sunny today, got a nice, it's a really sunny day. So I'm just going to try and make this as small as possible because I can see that that's not going to fit in that little hole that we have. And it wants it to go in there, it says. Maybe if it's just on the outside where the gold circle is, it would be okay. Because I don't see this fitting in there. I think it's too much. And then we'll sort out leaves afterwards. Maybe I should have rolled it tighter. I don't know. I've done a few of these and most times they're a pain in the butt. So I'd recommend that you don't glue them in until after you've got them in and glue it from the bottom. That's what my recommendation would be. Let's see if I can poke it in there. The gold is coming off. So I get for not letting it sit for long enough. Not that I think this is going anywhere because it's such a tight fit. Let's get it in there and then the tweezers out without pulling them back. Okay, I think that worked. And then mess with the leaves how you want to. And then I'm just going to shove a bit of B7000 inside it. And that should do the job. And keep it in place. It's going to go on a stand. It's not like it's going to get movement for it to be knocked all over the show and things like that, so you can pick your preferred side and what it looks like. And this one's actually going to go, where's it going to go? I think it's going to go on the top up here. Right, so that's number 10, so I'll put you to one side, and then we take a bit of this, not a lot of it, and it kind of looks really quite scrawny actually, so maybe cut you out. So it looks a lot more spawny than what I have, you know, like there's not so much green. But I'm going to shove that in there, probably not quite as high either, because this is going to go down the bottom here. It doesn't look like it's going to want that sort of height. I'll cut down here, I think. Oh, I don't know. Maybe something like this. Cut that end off. Right, and this one I'm going to have to glue from the top because I'm not going to reach the bottom. Although, like I say, once they're in, it's not going to be like a movement problem with them. And then this pot is considered 12. I think you can probably arrange them on this stand. I think it says that actually. You can arrange them as you want. So that's there. Then next we will be taking number 1. This one. We need a tiny bit of this moss that we've been using. When I say tiny, I mean tiny. Oh, okay, I don't know if it's that tiny. Just want to pop that inside, visible. And then we are having one like rose type plant. Mine are definitely not as pink as theirs. So something like this. And that's going to also go in there. So let me put this in here. Shouldn't have picked up my tweezers. I've got glue on my tweezers again. So something like this. So you've got some of the green showing. Could do with a little bit more green in there, I reckon. Maybe if I can get a little bit out. And after this, we are going to do a birdhouse. And you know, I reckon that might be it for today. Birdhouse is quite simple, though. Won't take too long. But what we're doing is we're preparing a lot of stuff for going forward too. Shouldn't have put my tweezers there. I'm going to have it looking something like that. Okay, and the last one, number 2, is going to have something very similar. So we're going to have the green with some of these smaller flowers. So maybe something like this would work. And also something like so. So being that this has a base on it, we can't push them through and glue them the other end, so I'm going to put some glue in the middle. Let's get the lid on this before it goes everywhere. And again, I'm going to have to do my tweezers. So you put a little bit of this in the bottom. Let's cut off a bit. Gonna need some strands of that stuff too going forward. Oh, I'm gonna have to use my tweezer. I really need to get another pair out. Okay, and then pop these little flowers in, and that will be these done and ready to go in. Oh, I forgot to use that stuff. Right. Oh no, we have them butterflies to do. I need a little bit of this pink. This one has quite a few flowers in. It's up to you how you organise it. I have a little bit going over the edge here. They actually named these flowers, by the way. They all have different names of what they are. Can't remember any of them, but they do have them. Hey, come off me. And something like that. I think that looks quite pretty if it'll let go of me. Okay. Alright, let me get that all tidied up. Okay, so all we have to do is put them on here. So I am going to do it at the design that they suggest, which is, let's get this going. Then we have a couple butterflies put on, and this one's done, and we can get on with the birdhouse. I think we'll be okay on time. Not as long as yesterday, I'm hoping, because yesterday's was quite long. So the one with the several pink flowers, so this one down here is going to go to the bottom. Let's put it the side that you prefer. And then next to it, according to the picture, will be this one. Like I say, theirs looks definitely a lot more less green on it than mine. It's a lot more spindly. Maybe I should have it that way. Can't see it with the fern on the back anyway, really. Put too much on. Okay, and then basically the opposite. So we want our little carnation, I think it looks like to me. Facing forward. And then our green pot. Something like so. Okay, and then we have our butterflies, which are just going to go on the side here. I mean, these things do look beautiful. So again, fold your butterfly in half so it looks like it's flying. I got two blue ones because that's what was left on that little sheet. So I know I've got more on the big sheet. I know I've broken one. So we will see. So what they recommend is one at the top, or what they've done is one at the top and one at the bottom here. So I'm just going to pop those on there, hopefully facing upwards, and this will be done. I mean, once it'll actually go together really quickly. That's the thing. It will go together very quick. That one facing that way and the other one facing the opposite. I'd imagine it's probably going to pop, maybe it goes sideways in the model, I don't know. And that's what we have. So I actually think this looks really cool. I love the little butterfly touch actually. I'm going to put this on my drying tray that I have over there, and we will get ready for this birdhouse, and that will probably be it for today. Alright, so I think this is all our pieces, so we'll mainly be needing wood glue for this. So I've got quite a few pieces to go, so I'm going to put this base on first, and it does say to glue some of this, it doesn't say to glue it all, but I'm going to glue the base. It's not going to stand upright. I can see it's got some prongs at the bottom here to go into the base itself. But just make sure it's down as far as it should at least be. Oh, a bit of extra wood. Be flush with where it's going to go in the ground. Base, not ground. And then we are going to have this one just underneath here, I think, like so. Let's get all my pieces back in. What's that to be? From what I can tell, it goes just underneath this main part. Okay, knock the camera over. Sounds about right, doesn't it, really? Okay, put that on there, followed by D9, which I believe is this little piece here, which needs glue, it says. Just make sure it's decorative side out, and this one doesn't matter, does it? Like so. And then the post one will hold it all in. I don't think it needs a lot of glue. And I think that's it for that bit, she says. If I can get it all in together. Struggle might be real. Okay, that kind of holds everything in place. Get rid of that. So it says post. Post on the back. And it's very knocked down. Then we are going to put the roof on, and it says left and right on the back, so this one goes, it goes towards the back for starters. Wow, it's a very wonky birdhouse is all I'm going on. This is right, so obviously one goes under and one goes over. So let's put this one on first. If I can, maybe if I push it down to stand more chance. Boink. Strength. Give me strength. I don't even know that I can find something to push against this for me. Okay, finally got there. And then this one I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue on the top here. And then that will be the wood glue dealt with. And then we have B7000 to deal with, or tacky glue, whichever works. So all we have to do is push this one all the way back there too. And again, the struggle is real, but not as, I don't think it's as bad. Almost in. Okay, how to go. Right, and then we have our little birdhouse here, which kind of looks quite cute, doesn't it? Okay, so we are going to be winding this around, this stuff around the stem, and be putting a little bit of this kind of at the bottom here. It's got a few of those, and then we're going to dunk the roof in here. Not too much to go, right? So let me get some strings of this. Shouldn't be that bad because it's bloody stringy stuff. This is just that moss we've been using. So we don't want little bits particularly, we want nice long bits now. Okay, and then you're going to wind it around the post here. So I'm going to start somewhere at the bottom here. And we'll have a look at it and see if we need more or if this will be okay. So I'm going to put 2 strands on it. Just literally wrap it around. That broke off. It's all sticking to me. Probably is going to be enough, to be honest with you. We don't want to overdo it. Off me. Leave me. Just deal with this bit at the bottom. So we're going to be putting a few of these green things on the bottom here. I mean, I'm not sure how much of that back you're going to see, really. And then I'll get like beacon or something to go in that other stuff, I think. I could use 3-in-1 as I've been using. And just pop these in where you want. Nothing special here, I don't think, really. I think a lot of this is just where you want it to be. I don't have any on the back. I wonder if I need some on the back. I don't know the answer to this question. Maybe I'll put a little bit of the moss, just in case. Alright, now the roof. Let me get all this stuff out the way. So I'm not sure why the roof has all the green on it, but it does. And then we got a butterfly, and I've got a little baby butterfly to go on this one. So I'm just going to get this open and literally dunk the house in there once it's got glue on it. And then I think we will wrap that up for the day. So again, it doesn't look like we've done a ton, but we probably really have. Not sure what we got going forward. Oh, a coffee cabinet, and I bet that coffee cabinet will be quite the job. There you go. There we go, something like that would be okay. Put that to one side, and then the only thing left is to do a little butterfly, which I think I'm going to put right on the front here. And it is a baby one. Maybe what I'll do when this is done, I'll put a competition for like my grandkids to count how many butterflies there are. But that way I'll have to actually know the answer. I wonder if they'd be able to spot it. Something like that. Okay, so what we've done today is, oh, you couldn't see that anyway. What we've done today is our little birdhouse here, and we've made the potted plants. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you are enjoying it. It is a build. It's much more in depth than some. I mean, I do like these. Like I say, next time we're actually going to be doing a coffee storage cabinet, it says. And I know this goes inside the house. There are many, many parts for it. So it is probably going to just be, you know, a whole video really just doing that. But we will see. I mean, the pots didn't take too long. I did some of them off screen. Interesting that I got some of those bits and pieces upside down and the wrong way round, but hey, that happens, right? So I do hope, like I say, you're enjoying the build and building along with me. And any questions, please do leave in the comments, or you can send me an email at opallyhour@outlook.com, or you can yeah, that's pretty much it really. Or please like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. It helps to build the channel. Do take care of yourselves. That's the most important thing. Take care. Speak to you again very soon. Bye bye.